Alright, so here we are in another knee wall attic space. Actually, this is formerly a knee wall attic space. So, knee wall, why? Because the wall is about knee high. That's it. It could be 2 feet tall, it could be 5 feet tall, it could be 8 feet tall. It's pretty much any wall that's exposed to an attic. Now, this space has been spray foamed. The entire deck has been spray foamed. And with the goal that the spray foam was going to create an air seal, landscape fabric has been used here on the sides, apparently to add some air barrier of sorts. It's going to be very moisture permeable, so any kind of vapor can still escape, but we're just trying to stop the airflow. Air carries more moisture than diffusion will ever account for, so stopping airflow is very important. One of the problems I have with this spray foam job is, once this is open cell foam. The reason I know it's open cell foam is when you push on it, it squishes. Right? Closed cell foam is going to be very, very rigid. So this stuff is very, very vapor permeable. The other thing is, because it expands so quickly, you'll notice that there's actually areas where it's pulled off. It may have hit here, but then as it expanded, it pulled itself off. And when I look around this attic, I can see areas around the edges where you can kind of come in here and take a little bit of a gander. Here's one spot right here where that foam has delaminated. So if the purpose of using spray foam is to create an air and thermal boundary, right here we have a compromise spot in our air boundary. There are, because of this, the ceiling is sloped. They have insulation right up against the drywall, and up against the roof surface there are vent chutes, little plastic trays that leave a little airspace. And they did do every single one of them, which is a very nice detail. To make that even better, they could have capped off the end of the fiberglass, because you can still get air moving through that fiberglass. If they capped off the end of it, just leaving the opening for the vent chute, then there's no possibility of any air infiltrating your fiberglass, turning it into air filter. If it was blocked off, the air could only go through the vent chute. It could only ventilate and cool the roof deck. Now, it's primarily going to go through that vent chute, but under some circumstances it could infiltrate the fiberglass and deteriorate its performance. So we're going to be closing up this attic hatch for our blower door test. We're going to put a pressure lead in here so that we can see, are we depressurizing this space when we depressurize the house. We know that this is not terribly well sealed. This door can swing in and out equally. I can see that there's some streaking going down this wall here, likely for some condensation on this metal trim that they put around the opening. So you've got warm, moist air hitting this cold trim, leaking down here. So again, probably not the greatest way to finish this opening with the metal trim here with exposure to the cold knee wall attic space. But the other thing, again, we want to see is how much airflow, how much air are we moving from the house into that spot and vice versa. So we're going to probably put a little bit of tape over this guy, because when I turn that blower door on, it's going to suck this whole thing in. Either that, or we got to prop a chair up against it, or some such field engineered solution.